Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I am so excited to share with you a few new fragrances that I received from Paris Corner that are very, very hyped up right now. And I know you guys are going to be interested in them. Before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the weird and wonderful family. I would love to have you part of the community. And we have an amazing community. Like, seriously. Everybody is so welcoming and engaging, and they chat in the comments, and it's just wonderful. So if you're into fragrance, this is the place to be. Let's get into this. I'm going to start with my least favorite and work up to my absolute favorite. So the first one that I want to talk about is Voux Zeste by Paris Corner. The bottle on this one has that velour texture, and it just has kind of like a little gold cap on here that says the name of the fragrance. I don't mind the bottle. I'm not a huge fan of any velvet bottles. So there's some that are like super high end that use the velvet. Can't remember the name of the brand, but I really steer clear. I think actually even Zeste has some of these velvet bottles. I hate the way they feel. They feel fuzzy and they remind me of peaches, and I cannot eat a peach with the skin on because it just makes me go like this. It's like touching a chalkboard for me. So I'm not crazy about the velour, although it's not too bad. Like, just the hair stands up on my arms just a little bit if I start rubbing it. But this, from what I hear, is supposed to be similar to Lyra by Zeste. And I would say that it's maybe 50% close to Lyra. Now, it was the same thing with Voux Patisserie. That one's supposed to be like Italica by Zeste. And I smelt it, and on paper, it smells a little bit more like the actual fragrance. But once you get it on the skin, I think it really changes and isn't really similar at all. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's got similarities, but it doesn't smell like an exact dupe by any means. So maybe about like it'd be like a cousin of the fragrance. So I find the same thing with Voux Zeste. Now, I really loved Voux Patisserie, so even though it wasn't similar to Italica, that is one that I definitely want to purchase because I just thought it was fantastic. If you like kind of a candied almond vibe, Voux Patisserie is absolutely amazing. Now, Voux Zeste, I was really shocked because the opening was so citrusy. So in Lyra, you get the illusion of lemon or orange, so some citrus, but it's really cakey feeling. So to me, Lyra feels like a powdery lemon pound cake. So there's definitely a powdery edge in Lyra. In Voux Zeste, it's a really fresh opening. So I see this one actually where Lyra, I feel like works better for fall and winter. Something like a Voux Zeste for me would work more in the spring. So this one feels really quite fresh in the opening, almost a little bit masculine. I think it smells good, but it certainly doesn't smell like confections, if that makes sense. But as this dries down, it starts to morph and you get a lot more of that vanilla caramel feel coming through. And then it's a little bit more similar to Lyra. This one is a decent release as long as you don't mind a fairly fresh green citrus in the opening, and then it just totally morphs and you get more of that Lyra vibe. If you don't mind that, this one is in the dry down quite similar to Lyra. Like I would say probably 75%. So it goes from 50 to about 75%. It's yummy. It's not as powdery feeling. To me, this one feels a little bit more clear somehow. So I can see using this one, although I prefer Lyra and I have Lyra, so I would use that one more. This one I still think is a decent release, but it's not a dupe at all to me of Lyra. Neither is a Voux Patisserie. Out of the two, Voux Patisserie and this one, I really am digging that almond confection feel that I get in Voux Patisserie, whereas Voux Zeste is a little bit more fresh, a little bit more zingy, but then in that dry down, you get the delicious kind of smoother, cakey feel of that vanilla caramel vibe. So it's a fun fragrance to wear, but yeah, if you're looking at a one-to-one comparison, this isn't the same as Lyra. I guess I want to know from you guys, do you want to know what these fragrances are similar to and how similar I think that they are? Is that helpful to you? Again, all of this is always subjective. So just because I don't think it's similar doesn't mean someone else, like I watched a review recently and they felt that this was basically exactly like Lyra. So, you know, I'm not saying that they are not smelling accurately, because it's really how your brain perceives it. So it being, you guys know me, I share with you how I feel that they are, but someone else is going to smell this and think it smells just like Lyra. So I'm just telling you my experience with the fragrance. So if that's helpful to you on its own, and I guess that's the thing. Am I judging this fragrance based on what I want it to smell like being a dupe, or smelling it on its own? If I'm smelling it on its own, what I get is a real mouth-watering tart burst of lemon, which I really enjoy. It starts to get a little bit green feeling, and it's not quite what I anticipated I wanted, but I really enjoy it. I enjoy how tart and bright that lemon is in the opening. It makes my mouth water in a good way. And then I start to get kind of that lemon pound cake kind of vibe. This one to me is way less powdery. I can see myself wanting to reach for this in the spring for sure. I find it just a little bit brighter. So really enjoy this. I'm happy to have it. To me, I feel like if you had Lyra, you wouldn't be totally horrified by having this as well, because it's a little bit different. This one to me also has, in that opening, just a little bit of a more masculine edge, whereas Lyra to me feels perfectly unisex. However, as this dries down, it becomes very, very much that kind of lemon pound cake vibe, which I totally am up for. So that's that one. Next fragrance I got from Paris Corner is called Farah. Now this looks like the Initio bottles, so I instantly thought, okay, it's one of the Initio fragrances. And it kind of looks like the Bad El Oud bottles, that kind of vibe. So I think that these bottles are really gorgeous. Like I really enjoy the way they look. This one is supposed to be similar to Initio Side Effect. I don't recall trying Side Effect. I can't weigh in on how similar it is to that. For this one, I'm just talking about how I perceive it. Now, this has rum and saffron in the opening. It's got cinnamon and cedar in the heart, and the base is vanilla and tobacco. So when I first sprayed this, maybe it's just because I was thinking Atomic Rose, but I thought I got rose in here. When I looked at the notes, I saw that there was no rose. And to be honest, I enjoyed it way more than an Atomic Rose type fragrance. I had Bad El Oud Amethyst. I didn't enjoy that one. I enjoy the rose ouds, but lately I'm kind of sick of them. This one was nice because you were just getting kind of that boozy tobacco type vibe of a fragrance. I personally feel like this one is unisex, leaning slightly masculine. That said, I really enjoy it. So I enjoy rummy, boozy fragrances, love them. And this one is that's what you're getting. It smells opulent, it smells mysterious, it smells a little bit sexy. I would love this on a guy. I would probably love this on a guy more than I would wear it for me, just because I am really enjoying feminine, flirty fragrances lately again. So this one is dark, it's mysterious, it's opulent, it's sexy. So I'm actually really happy to have it in my collection. And I was worried, just because of the bottle, that I was going to get a metallic feel from this one, and I don't get any sort of a metallic edge. I feel like the spiciness of the tobacco, the cinnamon, the saffron, and even the cedar, like I've always really enjoyed cedar because it has kind of a little bit of a spicy, almost edible feel. I've always loved cedar, like ever since I was a kid. I love smelling cedar. So this gives you that woody, boozy tobacco vibe. So I just think it's gorgeous. If you're a guy, I just think you should just go ahead and buy this. If you like those sexy, boozy type fragrances like Side Effect, this is a great option for you, no matter what gender you are. This is awesome. So I'm really, really happy to have this one in my collection. Definitely more of a fall or a winter fragrance, but yeah, I'm looking forward to wearing this one and then giving you a better idea. So I just got these fairly recently. So other than trying them on skin once, I haven't really given them a huge wear test except for a couple of them. These knits too, definitely I've worn, but this one, it's not my vibe right now because I'm wanting the really feminine whatever. So this one I haven't worn on, like I tested it on the skin but didn't wear. So anyway, moving on. This was my second favorite one, and it is Felicity. This one is supposed to be similar to Kayali's Silk Santal. Now, I think I have a sample of Silk Santal, but it's been a long time since I've smelt it. But what I remember it smelling like is kind of peachy or nectarine, or maybe even an apricot-y, champagne, sparkling type fragrance, quite musky. And that's basically what I'm getting in this. The opening of this is Cassis, Champagne, and Freesia. I don't get any Cassis. When I put this on, I instantly thought like apricot. This has May Rose, Musk, and Jasmine in the heart, and then the base has vanilla, sugar, and musk. Yeah, this is a very sweet, slightly sparkling, musky fragrance that I think, and it's just got that slight fruity feel. It's a little bit sparkling. I don't think it's as sparkling as I recall as Silk Santal, but I still get a little bit of a sparkle in there. So I do get that champagne vibe. I don't get any cassis. I get more of an apricot peachy vibe in this, along with that musk and a slight hit of vanilla or a little bit of sugar. So it feels a little bit, so you get that sweetness. So it'd be like a slightly sweet, musky apricot champagne is basically what this is. I think this is uber feminine. I get that this would be a great bridal fragrance. So if you're planning on getting married, this to me would be a lovely bridal fragrance. It's not too sweet. It's very feminine. It has a little bit of muskiness, has a little bit of a sparkling quality, very, very feminine, and right up my alley currently. I super enjoy Felicity, but this next one I am in love with, and it is Marshmallow Blush by Paris Corner. Now, first of all, I love this packaging. So that's the front of it. The back is like a little envelope, and this was sealed shut. And then you open it up and you pull the fragrance out like an envelope. I love it. Like the little girl in me just went crazy for this. Like, I love this package. Like, it's so, like, it's kind of kitschy. It's super juvenile, and I love it. Like, I totally love the packaging. The packaging of the bottle, I love as well. Like, it's plastic. It's a little bit kitschy, and I love it. Like, it's so happy and just feminine, and it just, the little girl in me just got totally thrilled when I saw the packaging and the bottle. So love that. The fragrance is freaking amazing. So this is supposed to be very similar to Yum Bougie Marshmallow by Kayali, and I think that they are very similar. I tried Yum Bougie Marshmallow on my skin. I didn't purchase it. And I was trying to decide whether I wanted to purchase it, and I really, really loved it. So I almost pulled the plug and got it. And then I received this one. And so I'm not going to buy that one now because I have this and it's so similar. So what I would say is Yum Bougie Marshmallow in the dry down felt a little bit more like strawberry pound cake from Bath and Body Works than this one does. But this one is very, very similar. So it's still got that same vibe, not quite as pound cakey feeling as Yum Bougie Marshmallow. But other than that, it is so close. I absolutely love it. Like, I'm in love with this one. I wore this one 3 times so far. It has strawberry, raspberry, and lemon in the opening. In the heart, it has ambrox and orange blossom and whipped cream. Yes, please! In the base, it has musk, marshmallow, and vanilla. Seriously, like, I can't get enough of this. It totally smells like strawberries and cream. So in the opening, I got some up my nose. I think it's going to cause me to sneeze. But in the opening, it feels like berries and cream. It's the ultimate berries in cream fragrance. So I get strawberries, whipped cream. As it dries down, you get a little bit more of that cake vibe. So it would feel like a strawberry cake, almost like a strawberry shortcake, but to me, strawberry shortcake is more whipped creamy. So this would be like a strawberry cake or a strawberry cake pop that you kind of dunk in whipped cream and then eat it. So a pink cake is what this feels like, and I love it. It is, to me, quite girly and juvenile, just like I said about Yum Bougie Marshmallow, but I love the scent profile. So I am so thrilled to have this. The bottle is glass. It's got this weird thing around it, but I actually love it. This is so delicious. Like seriously, it's all I want to wear. Like it's, to me, the happiest, delicious strawberry fragrance. It's what I've been wanting in a fragrance. And like I said, Kayali, I really, like at first I'm like, I won't get it. And with Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, I bought it. I didn't wear it very much. So then I thought, oh, I don't think I would use Kayali's very much. But I just loved the scent profile so much. So when I got this and realized it was so close, I'm just so happy with this. So I'm in love with it. It lasts a decent amount of time on the skin, like a good 6, 7, maybe even 8 hours. I can smell it forever with this beautiful scent bubble. There is a little bit of powderiness, I would say, to this. But if you love strawberries and cream drying down to a strawberry cakey thing, oh my goodness, you absolutely need this. Like every girly girl needs this fragrance for sure. So I love it. It's so fun to wear. I love smelling like strawberries. So yes, I adore this. So yeah, out of this haul, these two are absolutely stellar. I think that they're very close to the original, not exact, but very similar. Really enjoy Felicity just from the perspective of having that kind of sparkling champagne, a little bit musky, fruity, floral. It's not too much. It's super classy in my opinion. Farah, I think, is a really beautiful rum, boozy tobacco fragrance. So really enjoy it. Not really what I'm looking for currently, but I can see myself pulling for this come fall. Right now, it's at the end of winter, and so I'm just kind of sick of the heavy wintry fragrance, and I'm wanting the springy, happy fragrances. So that's part of the reason why I love these. But this is a gorgeous fragrance. Definitely deep, dark, sexy, lovely. Voux Zeste, it's my least favorite out of these, but it's still decent. I don't think it smells super similar to Lyra, but on its own, you're getting a zesty, bright, citrusy green fragrance in the opening that morphs into that lemon pound cake vibe. So really, so enjoy this one, but it's just my least favorite out of them. So what about you? Have you tried any of these? If you have, weigh in, let me know what you think. I am so blown away at how much I love this. Like I cannot stress enough how amazing this is. Like it's so freaking good. So please weigh in if you've tried any of these. Let me know what your thoughts are, how similar they are to the ones that they're supposed to be similar to. And everything is always linked down below. So if you're interested, please feel free to check it out. And other than that, have an amazing week and we'll talk to you soon.